The day is slowly loosening its hold now. All the noise, all the movement, all the small demands that pulled at your attention are beginning to fall away. Here, you do not have to respond to anything. You do not have to fix, solve, or figure anything out. This is a space where you are allowed to pause, to soften, and to simply be. Notice how it feels to arrive in this moment. Maybe your body is still carrying traces of the day. Maybe your thoughts are still moving a little faster than you would like. All of that is all right. Nothing needs to be different right now. You are safe here. Safe to exhale a little more deeply. Safe to feel exactly as you feel. Safe to take a break from being on for the world. Sense the surface beneath you, holding your weight. The support is steady, patient, and unmoving. You do not have to hold yourself up alone. You can gradually allow more of your weight to be carried. Begin to notice the simple rhythm of your breathing. No need to change it. Just notice the gentle in and out, like a small tide moving through you. Each breath is proof that life is taking care of you, even when you do nothing at all. If it feels comfortable, breathe in a touch more slowly. Then let the breath fall out of you in an easy, unforced way. Imagine any sharpness from the day leaving on the exhale, softness arriving, little by little, on the inhale. Thoughts may still drift through, plans, memories, worries, or fragments of conversation. They can move across the mind like birds gliding across a wide sky. You do not have to chase them. You do not have to push them away. Instead, you might imagine a gentle distance opening up, thoughts over there, you resting here, breath moving quietly inside the body. Nothing urgent, nothing required. Notice the small places in your body that are ready to ease. Maybe around the eyes, where expression has been held all day. Maybe in the jaw, or the tongue resting in the mouth. Perhaps in the shoulders, where invisible weight has been carried. As you breathe, you can invite a sense of warmth into those areas. Not forcing them to relax, only offering them permission. Permission to soften. Permission to release what is no longer needed. If the mind wonders whether you are doing this right, that too can be held gently. There is no right way to rest. There is only this quiet experiment in slowing down. You are entering a time that belongs only to you. Time where no one needs anything. Time where you are not expected to perform, to impress, or to achieve. Here, it is enough to lie still and allow yourself to be cared for by this moment. Imagine a soft, quiet room around you. The edges of the space feel safe and contained. The air is calm and mild. It feels like a place where worries naturally speak in a softer voice. In this room, you can set the day down. All the roles you played, all the conversations you had, all the decisions waiting for tomorrow, they can rest outside the doorway for now. If you like, you can picture a small table by that doorway. On it, you can place everything you have been carrying. One by one, lay them down. They will be there later, if they are truly needed. For now, this is your time to be unburdened. Notice how the body responds to this idea of putting things down. Maybe the chest feels a little more open. Maybe the belly loosens. Maybe the breath slides through with less effort. You are not required to feel calm all at once. You are not required to quiet every thought. Even the simple intention to rest begins to change the atmosphere inside you. It is like dimming a light switch slowly, rather than turning it off in an instant. With each passing moment, the pace can slow. Words arrive more gently. Breath moves more quietly. The whole day seems a little further away. You might sense the difference between outside and inside. Outside is the world with its speed, sound, and expectations. Inside is this soft interior space where you can relax into your own timing. Both exist, but only one matters right now. Here, you can feel the gift of being in your body, just as it is. No need to judge it or improve it. No need to compare it to any idea of how it should be. It is simply the place where your awareness is resting for this gentle night. If any feeling rises up, tiredness, sadness, relief, numbness, you can imagine wrapping it in a warm blanket, not analyzing, not fixing, just offering kindness. Everything you feel is allowed to be here, and nothing has to be changed. You may notice that the edges of your awareness are already softening. Sounds in the distance blending into a quiet background. Thoughts losing some of their sharpness. The body feeling a little heavier in the best possible way. There is nowhere else you need to be right now. No other moment you have to manage. Just this one, stretching out like a calm, dark sky. You are resting beneath it, supported and held. If a wave of tension returns, that is all right. Tension rises and falls. Calm rises and falls. You do not have to hold on to either. All of it can pass through, while you remain here gently anchored. Notice one more time the steadiness beneath you, the steady presence of your breath, the steady rhythm of this quiet unfolding. You are not alone inside your experience. You are surrounded by ease. As you continue, you can allow the mind and body to trust this soft direction, moving away from effort, moving away from doing, turning slowly toward rest. Nothing needs to be forced. Nothing needs to be perfect. You are simply entering a night that will hold you with more and more softness. For now, it is enough to feel that you have arrived. You have stepped into a safe, quiet space within yourself. Here, you are allowed to loosen, to breathe, and to gently let go. As everything around you begins to grow calmer and quieter, the quiet around you is beginning to thicken now. Soft edges, gentle hush, a sense that the world is starting to dim just a little. Nothing pulls at you here. Nothing rushes you forward. The body may still hold a trace of movement from the day. Muscles that haven't quite let go. Breath that hasn't yet settled into its slower rhythm. All of that can stay exactly as it is for now. With each moment, stillness grows a little closer. Not a forced stillness, just a simple ease that begins to gather. A feeling that you are arriving in a place where nothing needs to be hurried. Notice the way the air meets your skin. Cool or warm, it has a softness to it now. It wraps around you in an easy, unspoken way, helping the body understand that it is safe to slow down. The surface beneath you holds steady. It does not waver. It does not ask for anything. It simply supports you, letting more and more of your weight sink into it. As your attention moves inward, the breath begins to reveal its natural pace. A slow rise, a gentle fall, a rhythm that has been with you all along. You don't need to shape it. Just sensing it is enough. Each inhale feels like a quiet arrival. Each exhale, a small letting go. Together, they form a soft tide that washes through you. Around the body, small pockets of tension may linger. A slight grip behind the eyes, a bit of tightness in the shoulders, a faint holding in the chest. These pieces can stay or they can soften. There is no right timing. Imagine those places being warmed by attention, not directed or pushed, simply noticed with kindness. Warmth has a way of loosening what has been held too long. As you drift deeper into the moment, the world outside becomes less defined. Sounds blur, thoughts fade at the edges, everything feels a little farther away. The quiet has its own shape tonight. A full, gentle quiet that meets you without pressure. A quiet that welcomes you as you are. If the mind wanders, it wanders. If a thought rises, it rises. There is nothing here that must be controlled. Awareness can simply drift, like a feather turning in slow air. Notice how restlessness, if it's present, begins to lose its grip. It moves more slowly. It tugs less. It softens with each breath. Stillness does not mean the absence of movement. It means your body no longer feels the need to brace. It means your breath no longer feels the need to rush. Here, the first layer of calm begins to settle over you. It might feel like a gentle weight across the chest, or a soft blanket resting along the body, or simply a growing sense of ease. The room around you seems quieter now. Even if distant sounds remain, they feel softened, dimmed, wrapped in a hush that protects your peace. Your awareness continues to slow. Thoughts pass like clouds drifting over a wide sky. No urgency, no pressure to respond. If your hands feel tight, imagine them loosening. If your jaw is set, imagine it easing. If your brow is drawn, imagine it smoothing. These tiny shifts can open the door to deeper stillness. With each breath, the body sinks a little more. Shoulders easing downward, hips settling, legs finding their natural weight, the whole frame growing quieter. You might find that the breath is calmer now, softer, more patient, moving through you like a slow evening wind. This moment holds you gently. Nothing is asked of you. Nothing needs to be done. All movement can fade into the background. The quiet continues to gather, like a dim light becoming softer, like dust settling in a peaceful room. Everything slows in its own time. Notice how the body feels when it is not rushing toward anything, not thinking ahead, not looking back, just resting in this single stretch of stillness. The breath steadies again. In, slow and smooth. Out, even slower. A rhythm that carries you without effort. Any leftover restlessness softens even further. It loosens its hold. It drifts outward, fading into the space around you. The body now feels heavier, but in a comforting way. Heavier like a soft stone lying in warm sand. Heavier like something finally allowed to rest. Stillness has found its place within you. It fills the spaces that were once tense. It soothes the parts that felt rushed. It holds the mind in a gentle embrace. Allow yourself to remain here, settled, held, unhurried. This early calm is enough. It is the beginning of a deeper softness, a warm settling down that carries you inward, toward quiet, toward rest, toward a peace that asks nothing of you at all. The quiet continues to deepen around you. A softer air settles in. The pace of the moment slows until it feels almost weightless. Nothing presses in. Nothing demands your attention. Thoughts may still linger from the day, plans unfinished, conversations replaying, little fragments of noise that haven't yet let go. They often stay longer than we expect. Here, they don't need to disappear all at once. They don't need to be silenced or pushed aside. They can simply begin to drift, the way a sound grows faint as you walk farther away from it. Imagine the mind opening just a little, not wide, just enough to feel a bit more space inside. Thoughts move through that space with less weight. They no longer crowd or press. They float, slow and light. Some thoughts might show up with urgency. Others may wander in without meaning. All of them can fade like distant echoes. You hear them, then you hear them less, and then they blend into the quiet. Picture each bit of mental chatter as a small cloud in a wide sky. Some clouds thin, some drift to the edges, some dissolve the moment you notice them. You don't need to follow any of them. The sky of the mind becomes clearer with each passing breath, not empty, just more open, like fresh air moving through a room that was closed too long. There is a gentle freedom in that openness. As the mind loosens its grip, the body responds. Shoulders soften. The jaw eases. Breath slides more smoothly. Tension unwinds almost without effort. Whatever noise remains from the day begins to feel farther away. Not gone, simply distant. Muted by the growing calm inside you. Thoughts may still appear, but they arrive slower now, with softer edges. They pass through the mind like feathers drifting across a quiet breeze. The longer you rest here, the lighter everything becomes. Tasks you meant to finish, messages you meant to send. All of it can wait in another time. This moment belongs to nothing but ease. The breath continues its gentle rhythm, a slow in, a softer out, creating more room with every cycle, inviting more quiet each time. Imagine the whole mind settling, like dust falling gently to the ground. Nothing stirring it up, nothing pulling at your thoughts, a soft stillness spreading inward. Even the idea of thinking feels less pressing. You don't need to decide anything now. You don't need to solve anything. Every direction of the mind loosens, like knots slipping free. The quiet begins to take up more space than the noise. It wraps around the edges of your awareness. It moves into the center. It becomes the atmosphere you are resting in. Moments stretch out. Breath deepens. The mind grows lighter and clearer. Every part of you moves toward calm in its own gentle rhythm. If a thought pulls at you again, imagine it drifting outward, farther, farther still, until it becomes a faint dot at the edge of the sky. Nothing in this moment needs to be held tightly, not your attention, not your emotions, not your concerns. Everything can soften its grip. Your mind learns the feeling of spacious quiet, a quiet that doesn't need silence to exist, a quiet that comes from letting the day slip away in gentle pieces. Feel how the body relaxes into that quiet. The weight of the day drains out of the muscles. A warm ease spreads from the center of the chest. The whole body grows heavier, more grounded, more at peace. What once felt loud inside becomes a soft hum. Then even the hum fades. Thoughts thin until they feel like whispers. So light they barely touch you. Breathing now feels like moving through open space. Each inhale stretches gently. Each exhale lets go a little more. The mind follows that rhythm, expanding and releasing with each breath. This calm grows naturally, without trying. It settles into every corner. It drifts through every thought. It fills the space where noise once lived. The day's chatter no longer feels sharp. It no longer feels close. It floats somewhere far behind you, blurred by distance. Here, only softness remains. Only the quiet glow of a mind finally allowed to rest. Nothing crowded, nothing tangled, nothing loud. Stay in this openness a little longer. Notice the comfort in the spaciousness. Notice how light the mind feels when it stops gripping so tightly. Thoughts drift in slow circles now, loose, easy, barely forming before they float away. Continue settling into this gentle freedom. Let the mind grow softer, quieter, wider. Let everything become unburdened. And as the last bits of noise fade to almost nothing, you rest in a clear, quiet space within yourself, a space where only calm remains, spreading slowly, and settling into deep, peaceful stillness. The quiet around you settles a little deeper now. The air feels softer, almost warmer, as though the space itself is beginning to expand and hold you more gently. Nothing needs your attention. Nothing pulls you forward. This moment is slow and open. Awareness drifts toward the body, not with effort, but the way a feather drifts toward the ground. Light, unhurried, natural. You notice the simple weight of yourself resting here, the gentle rise and fall of breath, the quiet pulse of life moving through you. Sometimes the body holds the day long after the day has ended. Small pockets of tightness, muscles that never fully unwound, lingering effort that stayed behind without your noticing. Now the body has time to soften, its edges loosen, its weight settles. The shift happens slowly, like the warmth of a late evening settling into the ground. Imagine a gentle warmth starting somewhere inside you. It doesn't matter where. It spreads the way sunlight spreads across a quiet field, steadily, smoothly, with no rush at all. This warmth moves through the body in slow waves, easing the places that feel tight, reaching the places that hold more than they need to. The warmth continues, gliding across the shoulders, down the arms, through the chest. Every place it touches grows a little heavier, a little softer. The muscles seem to melt toward the surface beneath you. The breath follows the warmth. It lengthens without trying. It deepens without instruction. Each inhale brings an easy fullness. Each exhale releases a small layer of tension that no longer needs to stay. Imagine a soft breeze moving across the body from head to toe. Not a cold breeze, something gentle, like a warm current of air drifting through a quiet room. It brushes across the skin, smoothing out the small knots you once carried. The face softens first. The space around the eyes grows warm. The jaw loosens. The tongue rests comfortably in the mouth. Everything becomes unguarded. The neck relaxes next, with a slow unwinding that feels almost like a sigh. Muscles release what they were holding. The throat feels open and easy. Across the shoulders, the warmth settles like a blanket. A heaviness takes over, not a burden, but a deep comfort. The shoulders drop lower. The upper back lets go of its tight grip. As the warmth moves down the spine, it spreads like a slow river. Every inch it touches grows calmer. The spine sinks into a quiet curve that feels natural and effortless. The chest opens from the inside. Breath moves in and out with a soft rhythm. There is space here now. Space for ease, for rest, for stillness. Down in the belly, tension softens the way clay softens in the warm hands. The lower body follows. Hips release. Legs grow heavier. Feet rest like stones warmed by the sun. The whole body becomes a landscape of softness. Warm, open, grounded. Nothing feels pushed. Nothing feels tight. It's as though the body remembers how to rest on its own. As the warmth gently pulses through you, the last bits of effort begin to dissolve. Muscles that clung to the day finally loosen. Small aches fade into something quieter. The body sinks deeper into comfort. Each breath feels heavier now, but in a soothing way. The exhale stretches longer. The inhale fills you with gentle ease. Breath becomes a soft blanket covering the body from within. The body no longer feels like something you must carry. It carries you instead. It supports you. It wraps you in calm. If any small place still holds tension, it doesn't need to change. The warmth moves around it, softening its borders. Tension becomes less solid, less sharp, less important. The entire body drifts in a slow, melting comfort. Muscles blend into the surface beneath you as though they are part of the same soft ground. The heaviness feels peaceful, settled, right. Inside this softness, the breath is quiet. The heart rests in a steady, gentle rhythm. The whole body is sinking into a deeper state of calm than before. Warmth continues to flow in long, rounded waves. Nothing interrupts it. Nothing disturbs it. It moves through you like a slow tide, returning again and again. Awareness grows heavier, thoughts thin. The body becomes a single, quiet presence, warm, eased, and deeply at rest. Stay in this softness. Allow the body to remain heavy. Allow the warmth to move as slowly as it wants. Let the comfort deepen in its own time. Everything inside you now is calmer, quieter, more open to rest. The body is ready to release the last traces of the day, ready to settle into a deeper stillness, ready to melt into the quiet that waits just beneath the surface, where nothing is tense, and everything is soft, warm, and deeply calm. The quiet around you deepens until it feels warm and close, like a soft embrace. The air seems to hold still for a moment, settling gently over the body. Breath moves with slow, easy rhythm. Every part of you rests in a calm that feels steady and welcoming. Somewhere inside, a small glow begins to form. It's faint at first, just the suggestion of light, not bright or sharp, something soft, like the warmth of a candle's flame behind cupped hands. This glow feels gentle, steady, familiar in a way that's hard to explain. As you notice it, the glow brightens slightly, not in a way that pushes or reaches. It grows the way dawn grows, quietly, naturally, with no urgency at all. The body responds to this warmth, almost leaning toward it. The glow sits at the center of you, radiating outward in slow waves. Each wave carries warmth, not heat, comfort, not intensity. It brushes across heavy emotions the way warm sunlight brushes across a cold surface, softening it without effort. The glow doesn't ask anything. It simply offers itself. Inside this warmth, tightness begins to loosen. Feelings that once felt dense or stuck start to shift. They grow lighter, more spacious. Even emotions you haven't named begin to soften at the edges. The glow expands with a steady rhythm. It fills the chest with something quiet and reassuring. It moves into the shoulders, the belly, the throat. Every place it touches relaxes a little more. As the light spreads, the body feels less guarded. Muscles let go of small tensions. Breath deepens, flowing through you like a soft breeze moving through an open room. Everything inside becomes a little easier. This inner glow holds you from within. It wraps around your emotions the way warm hands wrap around chilled fingers, slowly warming them back to ease. Nothing feels rushed. Nothing feels heavy. The glow grows enough to surround you entirely. It forms a cocoon of warmth and softness. This space feels safe, steady, and deeply comforting. You are wrapped in something gentle that asks nothing of you. Inside this cocoon, the mind quiets. Thoughts become softer echoes. They drift farther away, muffled behind this warm barrier of calm. Only the glow remains close. The warmth moves through memories, smoothing out any edges that felt sharp. It touches old stress and lets it dissolve. It lightens the weight you carried unconsciously. Everything becomes calmer, quieter, and more open. The glow deepens, turning into a slow, soothing heaviness. Not a tired heaviness, something grounding and peaceful. The kind that helps the body drop into deep rest. The kind that says you are safe to let go a little more. Notice how the glow feels in the chest now. It may feel like a warm blanket resting beneath the ribs, or like a soft pulse flowing outward with each breath. It reaches into places you rarely think about, warming them with gentle acceptance. Even emotions you didn't realize were there begin to stretch out. They lose the tightness that once held them. They settle into something more open, more spacious. Everything inside you finds room to breathe. The glow spreads again, rising and falling with your breath. It fills the whole torso. Then it drifts into the arms, down into the legs, across the back. There is no part of the body untouched by this softness. The cocoon around you thickens with warmth. It shields you from the noise of the world. It creates a quiet space where nothing can rush in. You rest deeply inside it. The inner glow grows brighter, but never harsh. It stays warm, gentle, and slow. It holds you the way a calm evening holds fading sunlight, steady, tender, unwavering. Inside this warmth, the breath becomes even softer. It flows in and out like a quiet tide. The body responds with deeper relaxation. Muscles melt, thoughts dissolve, the heart rests. The glow now feels like part of you, not something separate. It is woven through your breath, your heartbeat, your stillness. It is the light you carry within, steady and warm, a light that reassures without words. Stay in this soft warmth. Let it cradle you. Let it expand and settle in its own gentle rhythm. Let it hold you with the deepest comfort. Everything inside you is calmer now. Everything feels supported from within. The glow remains steady, warm, luminous, guiding you deeper into quiet, deeper into ease, deeper into rest. The quiet feels different now, lighter, softer, almost airy, as if something around you has opened, giving you more room to breathe. The heaviness of the day loosens its hold, slipping away in small, gentle pieces. Nothing presses down on you here. A sense of lift begins to gather inside your chest. Not a sudden rise, just a gentle lightness that moves through the body. Like the first moment your feet leave the ground on a soft swing. A slow, natural upward drift. Picture yourself resting above calm waters. The surface is smooth, barely moving. You lie upon it effortlessly, held by something steady and kind. The water supports all of your weight without asking anything of you. Your breath moves in slow waves, matching the rhythm beneath you. A quiet rise, a slow fall. Each breath makes you feel even lighter, as if the air itself is lifting you. Worries may still linger, not gone, but quieter. They hover somewhere below, farther away than before. You sense them without being pulled toward them. The body continues to float. Nothing tugs downward. Nothing anchors you to the concerns of the day. You drift in a peaceful space where everything feels unhurried. A soft breeze moves across your skin, carrying a sense of freedom with it. Warm, slow, and steady. It brushes over you the way a calm morning wind moves through tall grass. Gentle, reassuring, easy. As the breeze moves, your worries grow smaller. They shrink like shapes seen from high above, still present, but barely noticeable. You can see them without being touched by them. They no longer reach you. Breath becomes even lighter. It feels like you're breathing from a quiet place inside the chest, where nothing is cluttered. Each inhale feels like a slow lift. Each exhale like a soft release into the open air. Thoughts drift across the mind like small clouds. They come and go without effort. They move without shape. They dissolve before they reach you. The higher you float, the more peaceful everything becomes. The world below grows softer and quieter. Its noise fades into a distant hum that barely reaches your awareness. Only stillness surrounds you. Feel the air beneath your body, light and supportive. It cradles you like invisible hands holding you with the gentlest touch. There is no weight here, no tension, only ease. Worries that once felt heavy now seem as light as dust. They scatter with the slightest breeze. They drift to the edges of your awareness and fade into quiet space. You are no longer inside them. You are above them. The body grows even lighter, almost feather-like. Every breath lifts you a little more, smoothing away any lingering heaviness. The air around you feels warm and bright, like a soft glow wrapping the body in calm. Floating here, everything feels slow and serene. If a thought appears, it passes like a ripple on still water. Barely felt, then gone again. You remain quiet and untouched. Notice how far you've drifted from the weight of your day. The distance feels comforting. It gives your heart room to rest. It gives your mind space to breathe. The breeze carries you gently forward. No direction, no destination. Just movement for the sake of peace. Your body follows without effort, guided by softness alone. The longer you float, the more natural this lightness feels. Your muscles loosen. Your breath softens. Your thoughts thin until they are nothing more than a faint whisper. Around you, everything is open and spacious. You feel as though you have stepped into a quiet sky, where only ease exists, where nothing can reach you unless you invite it, where the world feels soft and distant. The floating becomes slower now, more of a gentle hovering. You rest in a weightless calm that feels endless. The deep ease you've found wraps around you like the softest blanket. It holds you in quiet stillness. If any worry tries to rise, it does so with no strength. It drifts away before it can take shape. It floats beneath you, far below, unable to disturb your peace. Your body is light. Your mind is clear. Your breath is slow and smooth, carrying you deeper into calm with every cycle. You lounge in the weightless space as naturally as breathing. Stay here in this softness. Let the breeze cradle you. Let the drifting continue in its quiet rhythm. Let the worries fade until they are no more than distant shadows. Everything is light now. Everything is open. Everything feels serene. You float above it all, held gently by warm air, gliding in peaceful silence, moving deeper and deeper into calm, until nothing remains but soft, quiet ease. The quiet around you settles into something deeper now, not just around the body, but inside it. A slow, gentle hush begins to form in the space where your emotions live. Soft, steady, almost like a warm hand resting over your heart. The breath moves in a calm rhythm, and the chest follows, rising and falling with a quiet ease. Each movement feels a little slower, a little more relaxed, a little more willing to let go. Sometimes the heart holds on to more than we realize. Moments from the day, thoughts that sank a little too deep, feelings that tightened themselves without being asked. All of it can soften here. Imagine your heart resting in a calm, open space, a place without rush, without noise, without any need to protect or brace. There is a gentle warmth around your chest now. It settles lightly at first, like a soft blanket drifting down from above, warm enough to comfort, light enough not to press. It wraps around the center of you with steady, tender care. As this warmth settles, the heart loosens a little. It doesn't hurry. It doesn't force anything. It simply releases the slightest bit of tightness, the way a knot begins to undo with the softest touch. Imagine a still lake inside you, quiet, wide, unmoving. At first, Small ripples cross its surface, traces of tension, emotion, memory. But the warmth around your heart smooths each ripple until the water lies flat again. Slowly, peacefully, the lake becomes still. The surface grows calm, reflecting a deep quiet that feels safe and reassuring. The heart rests in this stillness, held gently by it. Every breath sends a soft wave of ease through the chest, like a lullaby sung without words. Warm, slow, steady. A rhythm that comforts from the inside out. If the heart feels heavy, the warmth cradles that heaviness without judgment. It doesn't try to push it away. It just holds it, wraps it in softness, and lets the weight become a little lighter. Heaviness doesn't have to vanish. It only needs space to breathe. Each breath offers more of that space, more room for the heart to expand gently, more room for tightness to loosen, more room for emotions to settle into something calm and open. Feel how the warmth around your chest deepens. It feels almost like settling into a safe embrace, the kind that says, without words, that you are cared for, supported, allowed to rest. Inside this warmth, the heart begins to let go of what it held too tightly. Pieces that once felt sharp soften. Feelings that felt tangled begin to spread out. Everything inside finds a slower, more peaceful rhythm. There is no need to label any emotion, no need to understand it. Just allow it to be wrapped in this quiet comfort. Like a small stone sinking into soft sand, the heart grows quieter, steadier, more gentle with each beat. Thoughts that once stirred emotion drift farther away, losing their pull. The entire chest feels warm now, open, unburdened. Breath flows through it, like a soft breeze on a warm evening. Imagine the warmth glowing from within, a soft, steady glow that fills your ribs, your lungs, your heart. It expands with every inhale. It settles with every exhale. It brings peace to every corner it touches. This glow sends small waves outward, soothing the body. Shoulders sink. The throat relaxes. The belly softens. The heart rests deeper in calm. Any emotion still lingering is gently rocked by this inner warmth. Not pushed, not pulled, just cradled. Given space to loosen. Given permission to rest. The heart feels lighter now. Not empty, simply free. Free from gripping. Free from strain. Free to drift in its own quiet rhythm. Imagine the lake inside you again. Smooth, still, silent. Your heart reflects that stillness, resting peacefully in its center. The warmth around your chest thickens like a soft cocoon. It shields you from anything overwhelming. It gives you privacy within yourself. A quiet shelter where your emotions can simply be at ease. Breathing becomes slow and deep. Each inhale draws in comfort. Each exhale releases the last bits of tension. The heart follows this rhythm with gentle devotion. Peace spreads through you like the slow settling of snow. Quiet, delicate, softening everything it touches. You rest in this stillness, in this warmth, in this deep, tender quiet that surrounds your heart like a calm night sky. Stay here as long as you need. Let the warmth hold you. Let the heart grow softer. Let the quiet deepen. Everything inside you is gentler now. Everything feels more open. The heart rests in deep calm, wrapped in warmth, soothed by stillness, quiet in a way that feels safe, and ready for deeper peace. Night has settled fully now, not just as darkness, but as a soft, quiet presence all around. The air feels cooler, calmer, and the world seems to be breathing a slower rhythm. Everything outside has begun to rest. In this moment, imagine yourself beneath an open sky. The night stretches out in every direction, wide and gentle. Above, a scattering of stars glows softly, never harsh, never demanding. They simply hang there in the dark, patient and steady. The moon rests at a distance, casting a quiet light. Not bright, but enough to give the world a silver outline. Soft edges, soft shadows, a calm glow that feels like a whisper across the landscape. All around you, the night is still. No rush, no hurry. Just a deep, spacious calm that settles over everything it touches. Your breath matches the slow rhythm of this quiet world. In, smooth and gentle. Out, long and easy. Each breath feels like it blends into the night, as though the entire sky is breathing with you. The ground beneath you is steady, supporting, unmoving. You are safe here in this open darkness, held by the earth and watched over by the calm sky. As you gaze out, the landscape feels peaceful. Maybe you picture soft, rolling fields, maybe distant hills, maybe a wide, open plain where nothing interrupts the stillness. Whatever you see, the feeling is the same, quiet, spacious, safe. Far away, tiny shapes rest against the horizon. Trees standing in silhouette, a faint line of hills. They are part of the night stillness, unmoving and calm. The air around you feels cool against your skin, but not cold. It carries the scent of night, clean, simple, and gentle. Every inhale brings in that softness. Every exhale releases a little more of the day. As you keep breathing, your thoughts begin to move more slowly. They float in and out like small clouds drifting across the sky. Nothing clings, nothing pulls. Thoughts pass through your awareness without staying. The night seems to welcome those thoughts and carry them away. They drift upward, becoming lighter as they rise. Soon, they are no more than faint traces against the dark. They're not even that. Just quiet. You begin to feel as though you are drifting too. Not walking, not moving with effort. Simply gliding through the night, carried by its calm, almost weightless. Imagine yourself moving slowly across this peaceful landscape. The ground glows faintly in the moonlight. The air is still, yet it seems to hold you, gently lifting your weight. You float rather than step, sliding forward without sound. The stars above look down with a steady, soft shine. They do not need your attention, but they offer their calm presence. They have watched countless nights pass. Tonight, they watch you rest. As you drift, the worries of the day fall farther behind. They stay in places you have already passed, small spots on the path that no longer concern you. You are carried forward into quieter spaces. Your body feels lighter with each moment. Heaviness drops away in thin layers. The chest loosens, the shoulders sink. Even the tiny muscles around the eyes relax. Inside your mind, there is more space now, more silence, more room for the night's softness to enter. It fills the gaps where tension once lived. In the distance, the horizon blends with the sky. No hard line, just a gentle meeting of dark and darker. Everything fades into a single, peaceful shade. That fading mirrors the way your thoughts dissolve into quiet. You continue drifting, as if lying on a slow, invisible current. There is no need to steer, no need to decide where to go. The night knows how to carry you. The world around you feels dreamlike. Shapes are softer, edges blur. Details no longer matter. Only the feeling of being held by this calm night remains. Sometimes a small sound may appear, a distant rustle, a faint breeze, a far-off echo. Each sound is softened by the darkness. It doesn't disturb you. It simply becomes part of the night's gentle song. Your breath slows further. Longer inhales, even longer exhales. The body follows, sinking deeper into rest with every passing moment. It almost feels as though you are part of the sky now, as if the boundary between you and the night has thinned. You float in its vastness, carried by its calm. Nothing separates you from this peace. If any last bits of worry try to rise, they meet the vastness of the night. They seem too small to matter here. They dissolve into the open darkness, leaving only ease behind. The stars grow softer still, as if slowly dimming. The moon's light feels more distant. Your awareness turns inward, yet remains cradled by the night around you. Thoughts become vague shapes, then gentle impressions, then nothing at all. What remains is feeling, warmth, softness, depth. The drifting slows, becoming almost still. You rest, suspended in this calm, like a leaf floating on a perfectly still pond. There is no push, no pull, just quiet presence. The night holds you. The sky shelters you. The open landscape around you echoes your own inner peace. Everything is spacious now. Everything is slow. Everything invites you into a dreamlike calm that feels endless and safe. Stay here in this soft darkness. Let the stars, the moon, the wide night sky watch over you. Let yourself drift at the edge of sleep, quietly, gently, as the calm night wraps itself around you and carries you deeper into rest. The quiet around you grows even softer now. It feels thicker, warmer, almost like the night itself is wrapping you in calm. Everything slows. The air, the breath, the gentle rhythm of your thoughts, all settling into one steady, peaceful pace. The body feels heavier than before, but in a comforting way, as if something soft and steady is supporting you from beneath, holding you with care, inviting you to sink a little more into its warmth. A gentle darkness surrounds you, not an empty darkness, one that feels warm and protective. It settles close, like a soft blanket drawn up around your shoulders, safe, quiet, and deeply soothing. With each breath, the body drifts deeper into ease. In, smooth and slow. Out, even slower. The exhale carries you downward, settling you further into the softness beneath you. Every part of you begins to melt. Muscles loosen. The chest expands gently. The belly softens. Your entire body feels like it is being absorbed into a warm bed of calm. Imagine warmth rising from below. It spreads slowly, flowing up the legs, along the hips, through the spine. Each inch it touches relaxes without effort. Everything becomes soft and open. As this warmth reaches the center of your body, the feeling deepens. You begin to surrender into it, not by trying, but by allowing the body to be held completely, held gently, held with a steady, quiet care. The softness around you feels endless. It's as though you're sinking into a cloud of warmth, supported from every side. No pressure, no weight on your mind, just comfort that stretches in all directions. Thoughts slow into long, dreamy shapes. They lose their edges. They drift lazily, then fade into the warm darkness. They no longer need to be sorted or followed. They simply dissolve. The deeper you sink, the more the body welcomes this surrender. It feels safe to let go, safe to loosen its hold, safe to rest without guarding anything. The warmth wraps around your chest like a gentle cradle. It moves through the ribs, into the back, across the shoulders. Each breath settles deeper into this cocoon of ease. A soft, deepening quiet fills the space inside you. Your arms grow heavy, sinking into the support beneath them. Your hands rest easily, as though they've found the perfect place to be still. Even the small muscles in the fingers release whatever they were holding. Your legs sink next, weighted, calm, warm. The body stops resisting gravity. It gives in, it yields. It melts into the softness in one long, steady exhale. Every part of you now rests in a deep, warm quiet. A quiet that feels like home. A quiet that asks nothing from you. The darkness around you thickens, but it is gentle. It comforts rather than hides. It holds rather than surrounds. You rest in the center of it, supported and safe. Breath moves slowly, almost dreamlike. Each inhale rises like a soft wave. Each exhale falls like warm sand slipping through fingers. The rhythm becomes hypnotic, drawing you deeper into peace. Your awareness starts to blur around the edges, not disappearing, just softening, like a shape seen through warm haze. Everything becomes rounder, gentler, slower. You may feel as though you're sinking deeper still, past the first layer of rest, past the next, down into a place where the body and mind finally release their last bits of holding. Here, the warmth meets you fully. It fills every space inside you. It supports every part of your weight. It whispers in silence that you no longer need to carry anything. Even your heartbeat seems to soften. Its rhythm becomes smooth and steady. Emotion loosens its grip. Everything inside flows into a deeper stillness. The darkness around you becomes a sanctuary, silent, warm, endless. It wraps around your mind like a gentle embrace, encouraging your thoughts to drift further away. You float between awareness and rest now. Your body barely feels like a separate thing. It blends with the warmth that holds it. You sink into it completely, as if you are part of the softness itself. Nothing feels urgent. Nothing feels loud. Everything is quiet, slow, and safe. Stay here in this deep ease. Let the body rest in this warm cradle. Let the mind drift in this gentle darkness. Let everything inside you settle. The warmth holds you without question. The darkness wraps you in peace. And you drift into quieter and quieter places, slipping deeper into stillness, into rest, into the softest, safest calm. The quiet around you feels thicker now, almost velvety. It settles softly across the body, across the breath, across every small movement inside you. Everything is slower. Everything is softer. Everything is beginning to blur in the gentlest way. The space beneath you feels deeper, warmer, more welcoming, as though it's opening into a soft place where the body can sink without effort. You feel held, supported, and slowly lowered into stillness. A gentle heaviness starts to gather. Not the heaviness of strain, the heaviness that comes just before sleep. Warm, comforting, slow. It spreads through the limbs, then through the chest, then through the whole body. You drift into this heaviness easily, like falling into a soft shadow, like stepping into a dim, quiet room where everything inside you begins to settle. The mind loosens its hold. Thoughts that once formed clear shapes now stretch into long, soft lines. They drift, they dissolve, they slip through your awareness like faint traces of mist. You may feel yourself descending now, not downward in a physical sense, but dropping gently through layers of quiet, each layer softer than the one before, each layer slowing you further into calm. Imagine the world around you dimming into comfortable darkness, a darkness that feels warm and close, a darkness that wraps around you without taking anything away. It smooths the edges of your awareness, making everything inside you feel distant and hushed. The breath moves in slow waves. In, long and smooth. Out, even longer. Each exhale deepens the descent, carrying you into a deeper shade of stillness. Thoughts float at the edges now, barely touching you. They appear for a moment, then fade back into the darkness. Nothing stays, nothing clings, everything drifts. Your body feels as though it is sinking into something soft and steady. A bed of warmth, a cloud of dark velvet, a deep, comforting cradle that holds you without movement. The muscles release the last of their tension. The eyes grow heavy behind the eyelids. The jaw slackens. The hands rest with an ease that feels natural, inevitable. All around you, the quiet thickens. It is gentle. It is deep. It fills the room like a soft shadow. You breathe inside this shadow, and it feels like safety. A faint sense of drifting continues. Slow, effortless, like floating just beneath the surface of a dream. Awareness stays with you, but lightly, as if held on a soft thread. You slip deeper into the warmth beneath you. The body sinks, then sinks again, each moment lowering you into a quieter space. Imagining yourself descending feels natural. You drift down a staircase of shadows, each step softer than the last. Or perhaps you're being lowered through layers of night, slowly, gradually, into a deeper comfort. The boundaries of your body grow hazy. You sense yourself as weight, as warmth, as heaviness. But the sharp outlines fade. Everything blends. The breath continues its slow rhythm. In, like a soft invitation. Out, like a long, quiet letting go. The rhythm steadies you, holds you, and pulls you deeper into rest. Inside your mind, a great quiet opens. Thoughts become distant sparks. Emotions melt into the warm darkness. Awareness feels wide and soft, as though it is spreading outward into the night. You drift further, feeling the pull of sleep just beyond reach. The body gives itself over to stillness. The mind rests in open space. What remains is a deep, velvety calm. Everything around you feels muted now. The air, the darkness, the slow movement of breath. You are suspended in softness. You descend one more layer, a layer where sound feels far away, where time stretches, where nothing sharp remains. Here, the quiet is absolute. Here, the body is almost entirely dissolved into warmth. Here, the mind floats without effort. The drift becomes slower, slower still, until it is barely movement at all, just the hint of falling gently into a deep, welcoming night. Stay in this softness. Sink deeper into this warm shadow. Let the heaviness cradle you. Let the last bit of wakefulness fade into the quiet. You are safe here, held, lowered into stillness with infinite care. The descent continues, softer than breath, deeper than thought, carrying you toward the edge of sleep, wrapped in warmth, surrounded by silence, drifting into the darkest, calmest quiet. The quiet around you is deeper than ever now. It feels soft and endless, like a warm night that holds its breath. Nothing stirs, nothing moves. Everything settles into a stillness that invites you to do the same. The darkness is gentle here, not heavy, not cold, just a soft, comforting space that wraps itself around the body. You rest inside it as though it was made just for this moment. Warm, silent, safe. Breath moves slowly, almost effortlessly. Each inhale is a small ripple in a calm pool. Each exhale smooths the surface back to perfect stillness. The body has grown heavy in the best way, a steady, anchored heaviness that feels natural and peaceful. Every muscle has softened. Every trace of tension has melted into the quiet beneath you. Inside this stillness, the mind begins to grow spacious. Thoughts dissolve before they fully form. Awareness drifts in wide, slow waves. Everything inside becomes open and quiet. Imagine yourself resting in a vast, motionless landscape. It stretches in every direction, soft and silent. No wind, no sound, no movement at all. Only a gentle darkness that feels like the most peaceful place in the world. Here, nothing needs your attention. Nothing asks for your focus. You don't have to hold anything. You don't have to manage anything. You are simply resting, surrounded by quiet. The silence is deep, not empty, full of calm, full of ease. A silence that feels like a soft cushion around your thoughts, muffling everything except peace. With each breath, you sink a little further into this stillness. The sinking feels soothing, like drifting down through warm water or settling slowly into soft sand. You descend in long, gentle motions, almost without noticing. The boundaries of your body begin to blur again. You sense your weight, your warmth, your breath. But everything feels softer, less defined. You blend with the quiet around you. This silence feels timeless, as if it stretches far beyond this moment, as if you have always been here, resting in this calm, as if the world itself has paused just long enough for you to slip deeper into rest. Nothing disturbs this peace, not thoughts, not feelings, not the faintest sound. Everything fades into the soft darkness that surrounds you. Your breath becomes slower, gentler, barely more than a whisper. It moves through you like a slow tide, almost still. You rest in this gentle darkness, supported from beneath and quieted from within. Your body feels completely safe to surrender. Your mind feels safe to loosen its last bit of awareness. If a thought rises, it floats in the silence without a sound, spreads out into nothing, and disappears again. The quiet absorbs everything. You drift deeper into this stillness. You descend through layers of softness, each layer quieter than the one before, each layer inviting the body into deeper ease. The darkness holds you. The quiet steadies you. You rest in a place where nothing needs to happen, where nothing is expected, where you can simply be. A gentle warmth spreads through your chest, then through the rest of you. Not sharp, not bright, just a slow, steady glow that helps everything inside unwind even more. The landscape around you, this soft, unmoving place, becomes part of you. It fills your awareness. It wraps around your breath. It supports your rest. You drift further, gently slipping into a state where thoughts no longer form clearly, where the body feels distant and light, where the quiet becomes the only thing you feel. Everything slows, breath, awareness, even the passing of moments. Time stretches, then softens, then nearly disappears. You rest in the center of this silence, calm, warm, unmoving. It is a silence that invites sleep without asking for it, a silence that simply holds you until rest comes on its own. Sink deeper into this soft space, deeper into the warmth beneath you, deeper into the silence around you. Let the last threads of wakefulness loosen. Here, you are safe to drift, safe to rest, safe to slip into the quiet that waits just beyond thought. The silence grows wider, softer, more comforting. It surrounds you completely now, steady, timeless, and perfectly still. The quiet around you is soft and full, like a warm night settling gently into every corner of the room. Nothing moves quickly now. Nothing presses forward. Everything has slowed into a peaceful hush. Your breath drifts in an easy rhythm, slow, smooth, unhurried. Each inhale gathers a little more comfort. Each exhale releases whatever weight is left. The body rests heavy and warm, cradled by the surface beneath it. Every muscle softened, every thought dimmed, every feeling held in quiet ease. Darkness wraps around you like a soft blanket, not closing in, just settling close. A darkness that feels gentle, a darkness that feels safe. Awareness floats lightly now, barely tethered, like the last embers of a candle before they fade into the night. Calm, steady, quiet. Your mind doesn't need to do anything. It doesn't need to focus or hold on. It is free to drift wherever it wants, or nowhere at all. You rest in a space where everything has softened. Edges blurred, thoughts slow, breath deep and warm. If any feeling remains, it rests beside you without asking for attention. It settles into the stillness just as naturally as you do. Everything is allowed here. Everything is gentle here. The room feels distant now, the world even farther. Only this soft cocoon of darkness surrounds you. Only this quiet remains. Your breath becomes quieter, almost a whisper inside your chest. A small rise, a softer fall, each cycle smoother than the last, as though sleep is already carrying the breath for you. The space between thoughts stretches wide. It feels like floating. It feels like drifting through warm air without direction or effort. Weightless, open, safe. This moment belongs entirely to rest. Nothing more, nothing less. Just rest. You are held by the quiet, held by the darkness, held by the warmth that surrounds you from every side. Sleep isn't something you need to find. It will come in its own soft way. It will arrive as gently as nightfall, as quietly as breath, as naturally as sinking into warmth. Your awareness grows softer now, fainter, slipping slowly toward the edges. It feels peaceful. It feels easy. Thoughts fade like distant echoes. The body melts deeper into stillness. Everything inside settles into a quiet that feels endless. Imagine yourself lying in a wide, motionless field of softness. No sound, no wind, no movement at all. Only warmth, only stillness, only night. You don't need to hold on to this moment. You can simply rest within it, float inside it. Let it cradle you like gentle hands. Each breath brings you a little closer to sleep, a little deeper into the dark, a little further from waking. The drift is slow. The drift is tender. Your entire body rests in peaceful silence now. Your mind drifts deeper into the quiet. Your breath softens into something calm and steady. Nothing is required of you. Nothing is expected. You are free to dissolve into this stillness. Stay here. Stay in this warm, spacious quiet. Let it hold you. Let it soothe you. Let it guide you wherever rest wants to take you. The night gathers around you like a gentle embrace, soft, slow, safe. And as everything fades, as breath slows, as awareness loosens, you drift into the deepest calm, into peaceful silence, into sleep.